It's so sunny I can't see the screen, so I'm just pushing buttons hoping I'm taking pictures. We are coming up on the dunes, looking at the water, and it's going into low tide, and we're at an area where they're just building a brand new 4,000 seat convention center and a huge parking lot. It's so sunny and so bright that Jean had to stay on the trolley. Too much sun. But we're going to see some of the beach and some of the water. A lot of history, a lot of information. We're close to a town called Brunswick, which is the biggest, 5th largest import-export for shipping on the East Coast.
Yeah, you can get a view of what our local sea turtle looks like. We're going to talk about that. It's the loggerhead turtle. They get to be big, that's right.
Isn't this cool? We pulled up on it. I went, here it is.
See up in the distance the sand dunes with low tide. People walk farther out. They said the tide comes back in so fast they get trapped.
Westernmost islands on the eastern seaboard. You're looking out over our horizon, and the vessels that you see working out there are shrimp boats. Okay, we'll talk a little bit about shrimp. You've heard me mention our Georgia white shrimp. And these white shrimp are non-migratory. That's another unique aspect of our shrimp. Non-migratory. Non-migratory meaning that their life consists of the movement between the marshland in the ocean and back into the marshland. Now, shrimping season is June through December. Why are they out there? Well, they're in federal where there is no season. Okay? And why are they so far out? It's low tide. Remember we talked about the level of the tide going down? The water's running out. Sandbars. Remember I told you where it's a sloping shell? It's about another half mile out where the waves of those sandbars are. Well, if you can see, 8 miles out, there's sandbars out there. And so they're on the other side of the river. Shallow shrimp, even in federal waters, on the inside of those sandbars. That's why they're so far out. And of course, they're hungry. They're hoping to catch some shrimp. And there will be some shrimp out there at night. The place looks like a causeway, and all those shrimp boats have their lights on. Now, they shrimp mainly in the outgoing tide. The water flows out to the ocean. And the shrimp, by the tide, have to do like whitewater rafting. They have to ride with the tide. So it swoops them out of the marshland, out into the exposed environment where they're saying, oh my God, I don't want to be out here. But they've got no choice, and they have to wait till the tide comes back in, and they say, paddle quick, let's get back into the marshland. Because one thing, there's no commercial shrimping allowed in the marshlands. Now the state opens the waters to the beach, which means they can come up close to the beach, up to 3 miles June through December. And the reason they do that, the shrimp have already dispersed eggs, and they're at the end of their life growth and their maximum height or size. We refer to it as camp on a plate. Now, for those of you that believe in reincarnation, I just want to share a little bit in that belief with you. The life of a shrimp from larvae eggs to old age death is 13 months. So, if you sign up for coming back, don't be a shrimp. It'll be a short trip. All right. nesting occurs on the Georgia coast. The largest amount of loggerhead nests are not found on Jekyll, but are found on this island just to our right. The island that you are looking there are two islands. That is actually Little Cumberland and Cumberland Island. Cumberland Island is our largest Georgia island. It's the southern end of the chain. It's about 41 miles tip to tip. And it has the most nesting. But interestingly enough, because of all the activity that occurs there, Jekyll actually has the second largest nesting activity, averaging about 170 to 200 nests a year, even with human activity. We'll show you where most of those are. We have Kemp redleaf turtles that come in, hawkbills, leatherback, green turtles that come in. And guess what? Nesting season starts almost about right now. The earliest nest usually occurs about the first week of May, and most of the nesting is done by June, and then there's another little short nesting season in August. All of the shrimp boats are rigged with turtle excluder devices. These trap doors that open up that allow the turtles to escape. Now, when the federal government first implemented that law, shrimpers are like Wild West cowboys, you know. They don't obey the law too well, but of course the law stiffened up. Instead of fines, the federal government now seizes your boat if that ted's not working and not properly set in the net. So we don't have that problem anymore. You still have some death and mortality involved. Another feature that we have visited here in December and January is the right whale. Comes from Newfoundland. And up in the bay, there are only about 350 endangered species. Only the female comes down here. For a long time, scientists couldn't figure out why. They know the purpose, because the females come down here, they're 60 tons average, and gave birth to a 10-ton baby, and had to start nursing that baby every day. They are mammals. Well, what they finally reasoned out was the largest ecosystem in the United States has enough nutrient, krill, and so forth going out to the ocean that it could sustain that mother for getting that whale nursed and sustained, and then the whales head back in usually in March, into February and March, back to New Zealand. Any questions? How far are those? Those shrimp boats are probably about 8 to 10 miles. That's about the line of vision you have at this height on curvature of the earth. Yeah, we're doing fine. All righty.